Hello everyone and welcome back to Spectacle Island. This is the multiplayer co-op with NordicFarming and we have reached episode number 17. Last time we got busy with some of the harvesting of field 12 and 15 that had soybeans and also barley. And this time we need to get some of our fields planted up, ready for the next crop and the next harvest. So that's what we planned to do today. But first of all, we have to get some of our bales out of the fields. We had a mowing session last time as well. We mowed field number 5 and we used our new baler with a extended pickup to swath the hay and bale it up, and we also had a stacker attached to the back of our baler, which was pretty cool, and that stacked them very neatly in piles of 4. We also collected the soybean straw and the normal straw in exactly the same way. So yeah, that's the first job on the list today. We've got to go to each of the fields we harvested last time and pick up the stacks, starting with the hay. And looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stacks, so that's not too bad. Nordic is just over to the shop to buy a bale fork for our telehandler. I think he's just purchased it. So yeah, one of us is going to operate the telehandler and the other is going to just drive the truck and be the driver. So yeah, as mentioned, we've got to go to field 15 and 12. 12 has the soybean straw in and 15 has the normal straw. The soybean straw and normal straw we're just going to sell at the straw barn. But the hay, we're actually going to store at the farm, and we're going to purchase a new placeable bale storage area. And you might be able to see there's this plateau area here, which is sort of purposed and nice and flat enough for placeables. There's Nordic just on his way over. So for a bit of ease, we are going to use this placeable area here, which is as part of the farm, and place some straw and hay bale storage barns, which are automatic. So we just drop the bales in and they get stored and stacked nicely. That will make our lives a little bit easier and the game a little less laggy, because there'll be less bales hanging about. And then after that we need to move on to some planting. So field number 3 we plan to plant soybeans, and then field number 12 we plan to plant oats, as the oats are getting a little bit low in the silo and we need some for the horses to keep them happy. Whilst Nordic is on his way, I'm just going to check on our horses quickly, make sure they're all happy, and I've got water. Here's Nordic with the telehandler. And yeah, we bought some new horses previously. We sold the other ones, so yeah, we've got a fresh suite of horses which are getting trained up for their riding by our hired worker. Cool, so here goes Nordic with our new bale grab for the telehandler. It's got a bit of a crusher on the top, so makes it a bit easier for stacking. So yeah, that is the first job, and we are going to get all of the hay bale stacked, placed in the new bale shed, and then we'll move on to the soybean straw and normal straw, which we're going to sell. So we'll see you when that job is done. Right, and here we are at the barn sale point. We have the straw and soybean straw all loaded up, ready for sale. So just going to back up here, we should start taking them. There we are, very nice. Unstrap them so they all fall in there, and there's some just at the front which you might have to give a little shunt just to nudge them back. Cool, well that was a pretty good profit. Let's have a little look at Bale's sold profit. There we go, 70,270, which is pretty awesome. And the hay bales we stashed in our new hay bale barn, I guess you'd call it. So yeah, there's a storage facility now at the farm which we can deposit the bales at. They are not the best placed, admittedly. Would have been nice if we could have placed them right at the back of the sort of border of that placeable area which I mentioned earlier. But yeah, unfortunately it seems like the only place you can place them is in the middle where Nordic positioned them. Luckily we don't really have any plans for that area, so that's going to be okay. But yeah, it was triggering Nordic and I's OCD in terms of how we like to place things normally. But yeah, it's good to have the bale storage at the farm, as there wasn't a great deal there already built in to the map. So there of course was the hay loft, but that's for loose hay and straw, I believe. So yeah, we've stashed some bales in there. We'll have to get them moved another time. But yep, some good profits from our bales, and our hay is nicely tucked away in those new areas. And Nordic is off to the shop to buy a second planter, because with the rest of the day we are going to do some duo planting. We have quite a few fields to plant, so we decided to invest in another planter, and that's going to benefit the farm because we are planning to buy some new fields sometime soon. So yeah, these are our new bale placeables for storage, and yeah, as mentioned, they are in the middle. We couldn't place them anywhere sort of closer to the edge for some reason. I think that's just either these particular bale barns or this area you can't place too close to the edge, so just had to place them there. But yeah, luckily we don't have any other purpose for this space as yet, so they'll just be there, and they're close to the cow pen, so that's going to help getting the bales for the TMR. So Nordic's just bringing the new planter back, and I'm going to give the animals a bit of a tidy whilst we wait for him to come back. Right, so Nordic has bought the second planter, and we're going to get set up for doing some duo planting. We are planting soybeans in this field, so I better get that selected. And I'll get up lined up next to Nordic, so we are good to go. So let's line up and switch on. Lower. Looks to be good. Brilliant. first time the Massey, the new Massey, is pulling the planter, and should be more than capable based on the horsepower. There we go. Some duo planting should make quick work of all of these fields. So as I mentioned earlier, we're getting soybeans in this field. That's going to go towards the soybeans that we harvested last time, which are still in the farm silo. We haven't sold those, as the best price for those is actually at the boat unloading station. And yeah, we want to make sure we've got a good enough quantity to take to the boat unloading station before we sort of take the journey there in the boat. Obviously it takes quite a long time and we want to make it worthwhile, so hence why we are going to do another soybean crop to make full use of the boat trip. So Nordic is lined up quite nicely there. I should be able to follow yet again. Yep, and then in our other fields, field number 12, we mentioned we are going to plant some oats, and that's because the silo is running a little bit low of oats and we need some for our fresh batch of horses. So yeah, the oat harvest in field 12 will go to the horses. Right, we're going to get these fields planted, and I guess we'll see you when we've made some good progress. Right, so that is field number 3 planted with soybeans, and yeah, we made light work of it with 2 planters. Makes the difference. And we're now heading off over to the other island, to field number 12, where we're going to plant our oats. So let's head over there. Right, here we are at field number 12, oats selected, so let's get cracking. I'm enjoying this duo planting. Definitely makes jobs feel a lot faster, and yeah, as I said in a session beforehand, the working together is the best part of the multiplayer gameplay. There'd be no point in Nordic and I just working on 2 separate fields and not really seeing much of each other, and you know, passing occasionally. The point of the multiplayer is to work together, and yeah, I do enjoy it when we've got some fields to work on hand in hand. Yeah, really does make the multiplayer game what it's meant to be. And sometimes it makes coordinating and organising things a little bit trickier, but that is the nature of the game. Farming is a complex beast in real life. Not that I confess to know too much about it, but yeah, having lived in a rural area and obviously played this game a fair bit to understand the process, you can appreciate how tricky it is to organise the logistics and materials and do long jobs on big fields like this. So yeah, this is just a little virtual taster into the world of farming. Cool. Nordic and I are going to carry on getting these oats planted, and then we'll be on to our next job for this afternoon, which is all about fields over the other side there, where Nordic and I have a bit of a plan for expanding and making one rather large field. So we will move on to that after we've got this field sorted. Right, that is the field pretty much done. Nordic just tidying up a little strip there that I missed. That was my fault. I was trying to get a good shot, good recording view, probably for a thumbnail. But yes, I missed a stretch, so Nordic just tidied that up nicely. And then there's just this little corner here, and then the field is planted. So we can get planters back to the farm and on with our next job. Right, you would have seen that we have grabbed the ploughs and we're over by field 15, and we have indeed purchased some land. So these two fields, 16 and 17, we have procured, and the idea is we are going to turn this whole area into one big field. So yeah, that's why we've got the ploughs. Nordic is now going to go around the edge and start to plough the border to sort of mark the outline of what the entire large field is going to be, and we are going to start to plough the roads and borders into one. So yeah, all these roads, all these bits are no longer going to be here. This is going to be one large field, which is pretty good. This is really going to benefit the farm, having one large field. So yeah, let's make sure that we've got create fields on. There we go. And oh yeah, I seem to have lined that up quite nicely. So we can start to plough up this part of this field. Now this field to my left is cultivated, there was no crop in it, so that's pretty handy. And the field ahead looks to have a withered crop in it. I think it was potatoes when I last checked. So yep, we are going to have to get that part turned over, but for the time being it is marking out field for Nordic and then ploughing in the gaps for me. So we're going to get busy with that and see you when we've made some good progress. And here we are finishing up the ploughing on this mega field. So yeah, we have combined field 15, 16 and 17, which makes for a lot of hectares in this field. I'll have to tot up how much is in each and then add a little bit extra based on what we have turned from road and grass area into field. But yeah, it's looking pretty good, and we are going to have some big harvests to do in the future. We will have to plant next time what we want to have by way of crop in that field. I've suggested to Nordic we plant soybean so we can get a real big supply of soybean to load into the boat and take to the boat unloading station in a future episode. And then at some point in the future, I think Nordic and I want to do another maize harvest when we can buy a proper self-driven forage harvester, which will be exciting. But we've got quite a lot of silage left in the bunker which we have to clear. I think Nordic did top some up earlier in this session, but yeah, we've got still some in the bunker to put in the BGA. But yeah, that's our plans for the future. Who knows, after a rather large soybean supply provided to the sell point in Spectacle Island, we may have enough money to buy some more fields and extend the other side where we've got field 12. So yeah, Nordic and I want to sort of fully own that island and get all of the fields on it, so we can make the gaps into fields and have some really large fields where we can do lots of planting and lots of harvesting and make real good use of the land. So all that's left for today is to get this plough back, probably washed, same with the tractor, and then I think it's time to bunker down for the night. It's a bit of a late one. Right, so that is it for today. I hope you have enjoyed watching. Please check out Nordic's channel for his perspective of today's episode. A big thank you for any views, likes and subscribes. If you've got any tips, tricks or things you'd like us to do, then feel free to leave us a comment. But hope to see you again next time. Until then, catch you later. Bye bye.